It's Thursday, and you know what that means. It's time for, hey, thank God the football season's almost over.
Hey guys.
It's Maddie. We got Maddie on the show.
Yeah, we're here on Thursday. It makes it easier for both of us this week.
Yeah.
But no, I'm so glad that I could be here because it's time for one of my favorite weekends of the year.
And I'll tell you, like, I'm not exactly hyped about a Super Bowl 49 rematch. I just hope that there is a much different result this time.
I'm still sour about Super Bowl 48. I don't give a shit about Super Bowl 49.
Here's the thing with Super Bowl 48. Like, Super Bowl 48 was rough for you guys. Like, it was.
It's the only football game I've had to walk away from.
Yeah, it wasn't. I've walked away from a few in my lifetime. Typically Notre Dame ones.
I was going to ask how many of them are Notre Dame ones, but I didn't know if that Band-Aid is still healing. You guys, I still say you guys got fucked. The fact that you guys weren't in the playoff is so stupid.
Alabama and Oklahoma had no business being in the playoff. Alabama especially.
And see, it's only Miami fans. It's only Miami fans that give you shit about not being in the playoffs, as if you're upset at that.
The thing is, like, we get why Miami was in over us. Like, we get it. Like, they played a game on the field. Why Alabama, as a 3-loss team, 2 of those losses being very bad ones, 2 of them also coming after the initial playoff rankings came out. How do you justify putting them in? And to make matters worse, after watching Indiana just beat the dog piss out of Alabama, you keep them at 9 in the final poll? Like, does Alabama have to, like, stab somebody to drop out of the top 10? The SEC bias, even to this day, is the most ridiculous thing in college football.
And I think these new NIL deals have really shown that the SEC is not what it used to be, bro.
The SEC
and it won't. I don't think the SEC truly will recover from the birth of these NIL deals.
Good. Fuck the SEC.
Hey, man, you know I watch college football for gambling purposes, so I don't have a dog in this fight other than go Tigers.
I'm telling you, though, like, yeah, I assumed you wouldn't mean LSU or Auburn. But it's one of those things that I still enjoy college football. I'm just so frustrated with a lot of the political BS associated with it. Like, it's just so ridiculous. And, like, it should be you actually look at the schedules. You don't play any favorites. And you put the best 12 teams in. And people are throwing a fit about Notre Dame saying if they're in the top 12 in the AP poll, then they get a spot in the playoffs regardless of how the other seeds go. Guess what? If you want your top 12 teams in and Notre Dame's a top 12 team, Notre Dame gets in. That's not that complicated to understand. But many people are upset. It's like, oh, well, you're taking away a spot.
From who? From who?
James Madison? Oh, no.
God forbid James Madison needs a playoff game. They had, what, 5 losses?
No, that was Duke, which, by the way, if the new rules for the playoffs are implemented like next year and the same thing happens that this year did, 7-5 Duke would be in the playoffs because they won the ACC.
It's ridiculous, man. But going from one ridiculous thing to another ridiculous football political thing.
Yeah.
Greg, I know you are a Steelers fan. I am a Broncos fan that had Peyton Manning on my team. We should both hate Bill Belichick.
Yes.
But we can both agree that's a first ballot Hall of Famer in any sport with that stats record.
Here's my thing. Are there any first ballot Hall of Famers anymore? Or are people being like, oh, it's his first year, he'll get in some other time? Like, is that it's the NFL, everything associated with a group of people voting for something, it's just so dumb. You have this, you have the college football playoff, you have United States politics. The dumbest things in the world have people voting for them.
And just a bunch of random motherfuckers too. Like,
Yeah.
I was listening to another Yinzer, Chiseled Adonis. He was talking about this kind of just invalidates the NFL Hall of Fame, which it does. You don't just look at somebody that's the greatest coach of all time and go, nah, I don't like him, so he doesn't get into the Hall of Fame. But we need to figure out who is voting for the Hall of Fame. We need to know what their ties are, because there is no way that this wasn't someone with a vendetta against Bill Belichick that's like, we can slight him this time.
I have no idea if the cheating scandals of the Patriots was a factor in those votes.
Okay, we've got 2 years out of 10 cumulative Super Bowl appearances, 8 Super Bowl wins.
Yeah, but even still, like, I don't know what comes into play for these voters' minds. I'm just speculating purely, but you wonder if they're like, oh, he coached the Patriots and won all these, but as soon as Brady left, like, he wasn't that great a coach. Or, I mean, look at what he did in North Carolina, and you're like, that's Bill Belichick coaching.
If we're going solely off of that, there's a whole mess of fucking Hall of Famers in the NFL that don't deserve to be in Canton.
Again, I don't know the logistics. I don't know how any of that works. I'm just spewing stuff that, hey, maybe this is a reason. If I could get in these people's heads and understand them, maybe I wouldn't want to, but I don't know.
We've had some crazy bullshit in football, like politics. Greg, you've already talked about your head coach. There's been a bunch of other head coaches that have gotten signed and hired elsewhere.
Yep.
Your rival, the Cleveland Browns. Well, can you even call them a rival?
Todd Monken. Division rival. Yeah.
Todd Monken to the Browns. We've got Clint Kubiak, who is coaching in the Super Bowl. He's going to be going to Vegas as their new head coach. You guys got Mike McCarthy. The Bills promoted from within. Didn't they promote Joe Brady to head coach?
Yeah.
Yeah, some interesting moves. And I'm honestly, next year's NFL is going to be very interesting to watch. I'm actually kind of excited to see what goes on in Tennessee with their new regime over there.
I'm excited about Pittsburgh's season. Like, I wasn't initially. Like, Mike McCarthy wouldn't have been my choice to be the head coach, but it is a complete reset for the Pittsburgh Steelers in the coaching staff. So that being said, I'm open to it because we've seen what the coaching staff in the last several years has done, and that's stay at a steady line for years and years and years, just trending on possibly losing and then pulling away and having a non-losing season. We can't do that anymore. I mean, it's very possible Mike McCarthy goes 9-8 or 10-7, but
Greg, I think if you guys go 9-8, I think you're gonna have a stroke. I genuinely don't. I'm worried about your health if you go 9-8 again.
Listen, I've seen 2 Steelers Super Bowl wins in my lifetime. I've seen them go 4 times. It's not going to be the end of the world for me.
No. It's fucking hot in this bathroom.
I mean, step outside.
I would, but the acoustics are better in here.
Yeah. Question for you, because I don't think we've been on the show since Northeast got hammered. Well, pretty much half the country got hammered with a massive snowstorm.
Which
In
is
Denver-
hilarious because I got 5 fucking inches the entire storm. My buddy
We got,
down
like,
in
a
Arkansas,
foot. We
you got a foot.
Yeah.
Cap got, I think, 10 to 11 inches, he said, down in Arkansas. And up in Wisconsin, I heard like 2 feet of snow. In West Virginia, I was hearing people were getting snowed in.
Mhm.
It's hot up here. It was 68 degrees today.
What is happening?
Global warming isn't real, man.
No. Everything politics is a work. Everything's a work.
Yeah, it's bullshit. If I am like AFK the entire month of April, I'm guaranteeing you we're probably going to get a blizzard in April.
That sounds about right.
You laugh at that? Nah, bro. I had snow on my birthday for 8 consecutive years.
Well, my sister lives out in Colorado, so like I hear those stories.
Mhm.
It's not, but it's one of those things that it's just so weird. But
yeah,
but
the
you know,
weather was crazy.
Yeah, I will take strange and unknown in 2026 as opposed to whatever the hell last year was.
You know what? As far as we're just going into the unknown, I'll accept it. Chaos is always fun.
Into the unknown. Super Bowl.
Seahawks. So yeah, going back, we've got a rematch of Super Bowl 49. And Super Bowl 49 can be described by one question. Why did you not hand it to Marshawn Lynch?
You have the best back in the NFL on the 2-yard line. I think they still had a timeout.
No, they were on the 1. They were on the goal line.
Okay.
And if you hand it to Marshawn, that's a gimme. That's a gimme. So we're still talking about this game 11 years later because even Pete Carroll, he said in interviews after the game, trying to explain it, he was on Richard Sherman's podcast, actually.
Yeah.
And he said, well, we had one timeout, and I wanted to use all 4 chances to go for it. And at one point, you're going to have to throw it if you're going to go all 4 times. No, the fuck you don't.
No, it's the Super Bowl. It's not
on
week
the
1
yard line.
So if you want to use all 4 of your chances, run twice and then throw on 3rd down.
I think it was the McAfee show. I think he said, like, it would have been understandable if you had Darren Sproles back there. Or if you had, like, you know, a quick, speedy guy like a Jamal Charles back there.
Mm-hmm.
You
like
had
Parker
beast mode.
Yeah.
It is one of the craziest decisions in football history, and it led to the Patriots getting yet another Super Bowl.
Yeah, I feel like the Patriots, for the most part, like I know Brady's got all the rings and stuff. I don't feel like he even earned half of them because they scraped by in a lot of those games.
Lest we forget, the greatest season in wide receiver history and in team history, they lose a Super Bowl.
Yeah. The Super Bowl they lost to the Giants.
Which one?
I know. That's the funny thing. The first one, 42. Just watching the New York Giants beat the Patriots, the undefeated Patriots, and the one loss that they have is in the Super Bowl was hilarious to me. I literally laughed about that for a week straight. It was
you had every reason to, because didn't they blow you guys out of the water that season?
Probably. Here's the thing, like as far as those seasons go, I don't remember. If the Steelers don't make the playoffs or have a deep run in the playoffs, I typically forget the season. So,
which makes sense.
A lot of seasons lately have been very forgettable.
Lucky for you, I have to remember every shit season the Broncos have had the last decade. Because that's all my decade has been.
Yeah. I mean, listen, at least you've made the AFC Championship recently. And now, granted, that game was ugly as hell.
Hey,
but
man, we would have won a Super Bowl if Bo Nix was healthy.
Yeah, that had a lot to do with it. Like, I don't know if Bo Nix got hurt in overtime or like what happened, but
So what it was that was the play before he knelt the ball down. Whenever he did that scramble to try to get into better field position for the field goal.
Yeah.
It was while he was getting tackled, he fractured something in his ankle.
That sucks.
And the only reason I can say that is I saw a little clip of it, and then once he did the kneel down is whenever he went off to the sideline and he was limping. Well, they cut the camera over to him, and he's doing like, little calf raises, and he is wincing like he has been shot or something.
Yeah.
So you can kind of pinpoint where it happened. It's about the second to last play of the game.
I'm surprised though that like they didn't try and put him in. Like, I don't know if you could have put like a boot or something on his ankle because
he went into surgery that Tuesday. So they rushed him into surgery.
I guess it's one of those things because didn't T.O. play in the Super Bowl with a broken leg?
I'm pretty sure it was like a fractured femur or some shit like that.
And he still like went off.
Hey, dude, football players back in the day were a whole different animal. But back to this Super Bowl, we've got Drake May and these very young upstart Patriots who a lot of people expected were going to do good this year. But I don't think anybody expected Drake May in his second season to get to a Super Bowl.
No.
Versus Sam Darnold, who has played for 4 teams in the last 5 years, and the Seattle Seahawks, who, once again, people expected were going to do decent, but had no idea Sam Darnold was going to do exactly what he did last year.
And barring any like freak injuries, like in practice.
Which, by the way, Drake May has an injured throwing shoulder.
Oh, that's
that news came out earlier today.
Sam Darnold is poised to be the very first USC quarterback to ever start in a Super Bowl.
Which is huge congratulations to Sam. I know you probably could give 2 fucks less. You've got to give him a little bit of props because he is the least likely USC quarterback.
Listen, at least it wasn't Caleb Williams. I still hold hostilities towards Caleb Williams.
Dude, I almost forgot. He made it to the NFC Championship game. Or no, they got bounced out before the championship game.
Yeah, they got bounced out by the Rams.
Dude, I didn't even think about that. You would have had a conniption if he was in a Super Bowl in his second year.
I would have had a conniption if Caleb Williams was the first USC quarterback to be in the Super Bowl. I would have lost my mind because I've been like, of all the people. Listen, I don't hold as much of a grudge against Sam Darnold because I remember in 2017 when Notre Dame and USC played, Notre Dame beat the shit out of USC. So it's like, I don't have that hostility towards Sam Darnold that I do with Caleb Williams.
Well, that and Sam Darnold's had a rough damn near decade in the NFL now.
Yeah. But Caleb Williams just like irked me when they played because everybody talked about him. And they do this with all the USC quarterbacks. It's like, oh, they're the greatest quarterback I've ever seen. They've been doing this with USC quarterbacks since probably before Matt Leinart.
Oh, I was about to be like, I'll never forget how overhyped Matt Leinart was.
Yeah.
It was reminder, Matt Leinart was on that Super Bowl team with Kurt Warner. You want to know what he was doing? Holding a clipboard.
Mm-hmm. That's why I specified starting quarterback. And people would say, oh, Carson Palmer would have gotten if Kimo von Oelhoffen wouldn't have taken his knee out.
Carson Palmer, if you guys really want to say that, he went up against the Carolina Panthers in the Super Bowl that was going to play Denver. And remind me how Carson Palmer did in that game. I'm sorry. I don't have a beef with USC like Greg does, but I have enough wherewithal to know that they've never been the factory of quarterbacks that they were made out to be.
No, not even close. John David Booty, anybody?
Mark Sanchez, back to Matt Leinart. But then those were all phenomenal quarterbacks in college. What's up, Suge? How you doing, brother?
Good to
They
see
were
you.
all good quarterbacks in college. It's just once they got to the NFL, they realized, oh shit, these guys are actually trying.
Yeah.
So who do you got? Who do you got, Greg? Just off the top of your head, Seattle, New England.
I feel like, and maybe this is just perception, because again, this season has not been great for me as far as being able to watch a ton of games, just because I work
and
Sunday.
everything. Yeah.
Which I think by next football season, I'm going to try and cut back. Maybe I don't know. I have to figure it out.
Hey, you could do what I did all year and just be like, I'll work all 6 days a week as long as you give me Sunday off.
Yeah, but I want Saturdays off too for college
Football.
Yeah.
Yeah, and most jobs are like you get one day or the other.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're Christian. You can get that Sunday off. Religious purposes.
Yeah. But the thing is, that's the only day I work at Walmart is Sundays. I have a job the rest of the week.
Okay, so that makes sense then.
Yeah, it's not like Walmart's my sole source of income here. Listen, this channel takes off, then I'll be out.
We'll do it better.
Yeah. By the way, I want to thank the nearly 2,000 views for the Smosh WWE Superstar. Just because that's super cool. Like I haven't hit, man. Yeah, I haven't hit 2,000 quite yet, but I don't think I've come anywhere near that on recent videos.
Yeah, that was a huge hit. How did that Rumble video do?
Here's the thing. I had to re-edit the Rumble video, so I think that knocked it out of the algorithm or something.
It messed up the algorithm.
Yeah, so unfortunately, all the work I put into it is not getting the views I wanted to.
Hey, if anybody's watching this, once we're done here, go watch that Royal Rumble video that Greg made. It's phenomenal. And go ahead and give it a like and share it.
I'm excited about tomorrow's video, which I'm going to be. Hopefully, it won't take me long to edit. It will definitely not take me as long to edit as the Rumble video did, because that was 10 straight hours I worked on that.
Good Lord. I had a feeling it was a busy edit, but you had a bunch of clips in there, man.
I did. It took me a long time to cut those clips too. Just because I'm not using video clips in this next one, because
fuck that.
Yeah, just no. But I am using some pictures and dubbing over with music and stuff. It's not going to take me long. I know what I have. I have like everything I need to make the video what it is. So it should probably only take me like an hour and a half.
And you're going to get that done as soon as we get off here, you said, right?
Correct. Yeah. So the video I have coming out tomorrow is going to talk about the brief history of game show hosts involved in wrestling. And you would be surprised that there's more than two, because you brought up in the chat when I showed you.
If anybody in the chat can give me names other than Drew Carey and Bob Barker, I might just cash app you $25.
Listen,
I said might. That's big quotations.
I'll tell you what you won't be able to do. You won't be able to name all 12 that I have in here.
There's fucking 12?
There's 12. One of them is a very, very cheap one.
Okay.
We'll see that tomorrow, but
I've just got to throw a name out there. Did Trebek, Alex Trebek, did he ever pop up into wrestling? Yep. Okay, so there's 3. Sajak?
Pat Sajak did not. That one disappointed me because they actually rumored him to be in the Raw guest host era. I think Sajak was
fantastic. Because I could have swore that they did a Raw Wheel of Fortune thing at one point.
Well, they did Raw Roulette, but I don't think that if they would have done Raw Wheel of Fortune, I would have known about it because those are like my two wheelhouses. Because Wheel of Fortune is my favorite game show of all time.
Did his showgirl Vanna White, did she ever pop up?
Yeah, Vanna White.
Okay.
Did.
Okay.
Way back, WrestleMania 4.
Jesus. Was she even attached to Wheel of Fortune at the time?
Oh yeah.
Okay. See.
Yeah, Vanna's been around since '82, brother.
How long has Wheel of Fortune been around?
It was 50 years last year. It started in 1975.
Jesus. Okay, see that I didn't know.
Yeah. Wheel of Fortune. The thing is, I came up with this idea because it's like, man, I've got such a mind for game shows too. So like, I can deep dive into this. And when I found out a few, I was like, oh, I didn't know that there was a game show ties in there.
So I'm assuming like some of these aren't going to be like your typical WWE or TNA appearances. Like some of them would be like NWA or like Smoky Mountain.
No, they're all WWE.
You're shitting me.
Nope. And some of them are, you wouldn't think of these people as game show hosts mostly. That they've done other things that are more well known.
Fucking the guy that did Reading Rainbow?
No. LeVar Burton, I don't think was ever on Raw. But what I'm saying is they hosted a game show at one point. That was kind of my thing. So they had to have hosted a game show.
My last question on that. How many of them come from the guest Jeopardy host era? Because there was a lot of guest hosts on Jeopardy for a short period of time after Trebek went into his.
Well, Ken Jennings hasn't. Aaron Rodgers didn't. Mayim Bialik didn't. Mike Richards didn't. I don't know who else guest hosted Jeopardy during that time.
That's why I said LeVar Burton, because I think he did a Jeopardy.
Oh, yeah, I guess LeVar Burton. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. But
it's going to be a very interesting video. I look forward to watching it tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be a short one, too. It's probably under 10 minutes, so it won't take. It's not super detailed. It's just like a kind of like a list.
Well, I'm assuming not all 12 of them had a Bob Barker-esque, encounter with Chris Jericho.
No. Like there was only a couple of them that were actually in matches, and the rest were just like kind of showed up,
You see, I thought Drew Carey would have been the only one to be in a match. Now I'm extra looking forward to this video.
There are 3 on this list that competed in a ring. I'll just say that.
Did Andy Kaufman ever do any game shows?
I don't know if he did game shows, but he also was in WWE.
Yeah, he did. He did his stuff with Lawler in Memphis.
Yeah, and he was also like on Taxi. And he was.
That's what it was. Yeah.
So I don't know if Andy Kaufman might have been, and this is saying something because game shows are weird in general. Kaufman might have been too weird to be on a game show. Even like also as a panelist. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I hope it's a good turnout. I understand it's not probably going to have the popularity of like a Smosh video, which I need to talk to Ella about doing another one because
I mean, there's a lot of wrestlers and you can jump to different promotions.
Oh, I think I got one in the comment section saying that we needed to do that list with AEW superstars or AEW wrestlers rather. Somebody said to do it with instead of Smosh with Good Mythical Morning.
Oh, that would be good too.
The thing is, Ella hasn't watched Good Mythical Morning as much, so she's not as familiar. So I would need somebody who has that familiarity with like a lot of the cast of Good Mythical Morning for that. It's a good idea. Like I'm not shooting it down. Like,
dude, like that could be a weird niche. That could be a really weird niche that you could do several episodes. Because like the great thing with Smosh is they're improv essentially. They've got so many characters that they portray, like you showed in that video with The Chosen.
Yes. I was proud of my Chosen.
You did great. You did phenomenal, dude.
I spent on the shirt, the shorts, the sunglasses, and the chain like $80.
That's not that bad, really.
It's not that bad, but like for a YouTube video that not a ton of people are going to see, it's a little pricey.
Oh, dude, let's not even get into the amount of robes I bought for the bit. I think I spent over $150 on just random robes.
Jeez. Yeah. So that Game Show 1 will be coming out tomorrow, 1:00 Eastern. So go check that out. It'll be a good one.
So getting back to the Super Bowl, it is being played in the Field of Jeans. I'm going to call it that forever now because I don't remember who said it, but it was incredible. Why they never thought of calling Levi's Stadium the Field of Jeans blows my mind.
They need to. That's a brilliant word.
If you build it, they will come, especially if they're from Seattle.
Yeah.
But yeah. What do you think is going to be the story of the game? Because both teams have shown they really like to air it out.
They do. To me, I think the story of the game is going to be the defense of Seattle.
That kind of Legion of Boom 2.0 they've been hyping.
You know what? After what they did to the 49ers, I think that the Seahawks are going to go in there. They're going to have, even though I'm pretty sure a lot, if not the entire team from Super Bowl 49 is not on the Seahawks anymore. They are going to have that in their mind, be like, this is what happened 11 years ago. And like the entire football world has not forgotten about the mistake that was made.
And you know names like Richard Sherman, names like Bobby Wagner, you know, people that played on that. I don't know if Cam Chancellor, I think he's in jail right now. I could be wrong. Jeez. No, I think I saw a video or something like the other day that he's dealing with legal issues. But like, you know, a lot of those players from that team are going to be in attendance. They're going to be down on the field giving Sam Darnold some tips, giving that defense some tips. You know, Richard Sherman's going to be there and be like, I watched like 17 games from this New England Patriots team, and Richard Sherman's been touting them all year. So he's going to probably be trying to give some tips and advice. Drake May apparently has been in contact with Peyton Manning, and Peyton Manning's been giving Drake May tips and shit on how to better see the. Do you understand? If Drake May, with his ability and athleticism, at all has like 25% of the intelligence Peyton Manning does, he's going to be the greatest quarterback of all time.
But does he have to play for the Patriots?
Apparently so. Greg, we can't get out of that hellhole.
Like, we just got out of the Chiefs one. Like, the Chiefs were bad this year. It's like, oh, good. We have somebody new to represent the AFC, and it's the freaking Patriots.
The Patriots are to you what the Chiefs have been to me for the last decade. Like, I didn't enjoy watching all of the Patriots Super Bowls. I didn't enjoy it, but I didn't hate it like I hated the Chiefs going fucking to 8 straight fucking AFC championship games and like 6 Super Bowls out of that.
Yeah.
Like, I've been going through it, but you had been going through it because Tom Brady and Bill Belichick owned your guys' ass in the playoffs for a long time.
This has been happening since I was in high school, Matty. Like, I have been through the ringer for 20 plus years with the Patriots team. The crazy thing is the Steelers beat the Patriots this year. That happened. You wouldn't know it. Week 2, I think.
Oh, I know it was early in the season.
Yeah, or not week 2, because I think we lost to the Seahawks. It might
I think it was like week 1, dude. No, they lost to the Raiders week 1. I think. Hold on. You
No,
might have to.
No, the Steelers beat the Jets in week 1 because they hyped up the Aaron Rodgers versus the Jets.
Yeah.
Then I think they lost to Seattle in week 2. New England was in the first 5 games because they went 4-1. I'm pretty sure it was week 3 or 4.
No, what I meant was I think the Raiders beat the Patriots week 1.
Oh, I got you.
Because I think that was like the big story was so many people were like, this Patriots team is going to be crazy this year. And then they were one of the only wins for the Raiders. Which, by the way, that's a crazy start to finish. Lose to the Raiders, who now have the number 1 overall pick in the draft, and you make it to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. There's got to be a statistic out there of teams that lost their first game and made the Super Bowl. I don't think it's many.
I don't have the resources to look that up right now.
Well, I do. Give me a second.
Because it's got to be like a super low percentage, right?
Let's see. So, teams that have won the Super Bowl but lost their week 1 game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Shout out Freeport, Pennsylvania's Jeff Christie, who was the center.
Wait, was that the 2002 Buccaneers?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, listen, they flashed my hometown on screen on the Super Bowl. Like, that was cool.
Okay, man.
Yeah. The 2001 Patriots, the 93 Cowboys, 86 New York Giants.
So hold on. This has not really happened in the last 20 years.
Well, those are the teams that won. Like, there have been teams that reached, like the 2022 Rams reached the Super Bowl after
losing week 1.
2016 Patriots, 2012 Ravens, 2011 Giants.
But the last team to do it was John Gruden's Bucks. Was he the coach for them yet? No, yeah, I think John Gruden was the coach of the Buccaneers that year.
Was the coach of the Buccaneers.
But yeah, so
because
the
I think
22 Rams
or something.
The 22 Rams, they lost to. Was that the Patriots?
No, that wouldn't have been the Patriots. That might have been the one they won.
Yeah, 22. Yeah, that was the year that they won. They So the Rams were the last one to win.
Okay.
But after that, there's a 20-year gap.
Yeah.
So it's very rare that it happens. Quick, look up Seattle. Did they win their first week?
Let's see. Let's see. Seahawks schedule. Week 1, they lost to the 49ers.
So this, damn, San Francisco has to be kicking themselves.
Yeah.
Because what, they played each other 3 times this year.
Yeah.
And I think, did they win both regular season games? I think they did.
They split. Yeah, Seahawks beat them in week 18. How do you start and end the season with the same team?
The Broncos did it. I think the Broncos did it last year with the Chiefs. Or not the Chiefs, the Raiders.
That's wild.
It happens a lot more than you'd think. Especially with divisional rivals.
Division teams, like, it makes sense, but it's like I'm not used to starting and ending the season with the same team.
But yeah, going back to it, like, if the Seattle defense can contain Drake May, keep him in the pocket, keep him rattled, Seattle's got a very good chance at getting this game. However,
pressure on them.
Yeah, because Drake May does not do the best under pressure. Denver showed that. Mm-hmm. Houston showed that.
Yeah.
So if they get in his face, if they stay in his face most of the game, Seattle's got a very good chance at winning this game. However, New England is very unpredictable. Like, yes, you got Drake May. He can run it on you. He can throw it on you. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the fucking core of receivers that would make Tom Brady proud. You got Steph Diggs. That's your star. Other than that, you got Kayshon Boutte. You got Pop Douglas. You got Hunter Henry, Austin Hooper. Stop me when you know these people's names.
I at least know Hunter Henry.
And then you've got a running back situation of Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson. They weren't explosive at all year, but they had spurts where they were really good. They need that running game to get started and get started hot.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm going to go 31-17 Seahawks.
Wow. So you're riding their defense.
I'm riding their defense, yeah.
See, I think I told my coworker 27-24 because of course it would be that way. New England.
Yeah.
27-24. The Empire strikes back, but it's going to be a close game. Especially if the rumors are true and Drake May isn't 100%, they're going to have to rely on a running game. They're going to have to rely on, quick passes, little laterals, anything to get the ball moving forward. Yeah. I don't think we're going to see him trying to air it out like he had all year.
So I did football squares. I don't know if you can see this.
Which one did you fill out?
Well, mine are all the ones that say GC. So I have 10 spots.
Okay.
So
I can see a couple of them. Some of them are still blurry, but yeah, I can see a few of them.
I don't have bad numbers, honestly. I have a lot that line up with scores that could be legitimate.
So, a touchdown and a field goal differential.
Right. So, I don't have anything completely out of the ordinary.
You don't got no fucking 19-24s.
No, that's not me.
By the way, if it's 19-24, I'm going to cry because I don't think anybody's making any fucking money off of that.
Yeah, you're not kidding. But if the game ended, I know I said 31-17, but if it was 31-28 Seattle, I'd be making some money.
Okay. So yeah. And again, that's very, because this could be just like the Denver-New England game. This could be a very low scoring game. Yeah. But with the offensive potency both teams have, this has the potential to be oh my God, like the fucking Mahomes Jared Goff game that getting hung in the Louvre where they both put up 50 points.
Jeez. I mean, anything is possible. It really is.
Any given Sunday, and we can use that for one more week.
Yep. And then the 2025 season, the last little bit of 2025 that's held on will be over. So we can really start anew in 2026.
And honestly, with this being my last stream talking about football before the Super Bowl,
yeah,
I've just got to say thank you to all of the NFL teams. This was one of the most fun NFL seasons I've watched in a long time. The amount of crazy catches that we had, the amount of on-field drama. DK Metcalf punched a motherfucker.
Did you see that Lions fan is trying to sue DK and the Steelers for $100 million?
I wish him the best of luck, and he's going to be bankrupt after he loses this lawsuit.
That guy is such a freaking tool, man.
And he's been fucking with DK for years, apparently. This isn't this isn't an isolated incident.
No, and now he's trying to get paid off of it. He looks like the biggest jagoff that's not letters from New York.
You know, put him in the octagon. Let DK have his chance.
Yeah.
If you can last 3 minutes with DK in an octagon, you get $100 million out of DK's fucking salary.
Listen, I'd do that.
Hey, dude, you're gonna make more money off of the fucking pay-per-view buys than he would make off of the lawsuit.
Yeah, probably. Listen, I told Jeff this during the Rumble stream. I would take a Gunther chop.
What's the monetary value you're putting on there? Are you just doing it for the love of the game?
Know. I mean, it very well may be for the love of the game, but like I'd probably upload it and hope it like went viral.
I remember putting out on Twitter that I would take an Alex Kane suplex, any one of his suplexes, just to get it for a YouTube video.
I'd take a JBL clothesline from hell.
Oh, dude, sign me the fuck up. I'll take a clothesline from hell 5 times in a row. Give me $5K for each one I take.
Yeah, I'd do it.
But so you've got the Seahawks winning.
Yes.
That's where your mind is set. I've got the Patriots winning. And I hate saying it, but I like Drake May. I like the kid. I really like the kid.
I don't have a problem with Drake May. I just don't want to see the Patriots win another Super Bowl.
So my question is, was Drew Bledsoe a likable motherfucker? Because like I feel like Drake May is the only likable quarterback that the Patriots have had in the last 20 years.
I don't think people like had any problem with Drew Bledsoe. Not that I know of. Like I think he was at least respected.
Oh yeah, definitely respected because he got fucking hit a lot.
But I don't think the vitriol came as much for Drew Bledsoe as it did for Tom Brady. But that's because of the whole like all the cheating scandals and Deflategate and all that stuff. All of that stuff followed him around. It still follows him around.
And see, we can get back to the Bill Belichick thing here. If Tom Brady makes it in on his first ballot and Belichick didn't, throw the entire Hall of Fame out.
It's one of those things where you argue too. How much of the Patriots' success was Brady? How much of it was Belichick?
I don't know, man. 333 fucking wins as a head coach.
How many of those were with Brady, though?
Valid. But still, you coached 333 wins.
And Brady went to the Buccaneers and won another ring. So
valid. And then his final year of his career, he almost killed his legacy.
Isn't his final pass in the NFL a pick six?
Yes. It's to I think it's a Green Bay Packer. I think it was a Green Bay Packer because I think Tom Grassi holds it over Tom Brady.
I was gonna say, where's Annie Agar when you need her?
It's gonna be a fun game.
I'd like to get on the show.
Annie Agar, dude, I love her content. Like her, Benchwarmer Brandon. Who's that new kid that's been doing those style videos? Have you seen him? He does like Injury Demon and shit like that.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about what's his name, Drew Allen, who does. I love the Cleveland Browns.
I love that guy too. That guy too.
Although he's the only person in the world who makes the Browns sympathetic.
Does he make them sympathetic or does he make them just lovable? You know, the lovable idiot.
Which, as a Steelers fan, like tears me up. It's like I don't want to root for the Browns, but this is such good content.
And we punt.
Punt.
Look, there have been quite a few new content creators that are going into like the sports realm and doing that style of content.
Yeah.
I love all of them. They're doing phenomenal work. There's a guy that does basketball content, and I It's not Kofi, which, by the way, Kofi, who used to work for Secret Base, he's another phenomenal content creator. He just watched every episode of the first season of Pros versus Joes and did content on that. But yeah, there's a lot of great content creators like us out here.
If I'm in a new place by next football season, what is that guy's name? Is it Cam Magruder? Is that his name?
Oh, Scooter?
Yeah, Scooter.
Scooter Magruder?
Yeah, Scooter Magruder. He does videos about the Cowboys. I kind of want to do those style videos for the Irish.
See, and that you would get a big little fan base off of that, because the Irish have a massive fan base. Just because they're an independent school does not mean that they don't have a big fan base like Alabama or like a fucking LSU State. Or Ohio State.
Yeah. I think those would be cool to do. I feel like that's something I need to do, because one of the things that I actually enjoy about the fact that I'm divorced is I'm able to create more content that I want to do.
Yeah.
I don't feel like in that relationship I had the freedom to do what I wanted to do. So I held myself back from a lot of stuff. So now that I'm able to do more of that stuff, like I want to at least try to make something work. So, and the Smosh video was an example of one of those ideas that popped in my head that made work.
Yeah, it's this new year is going to do so much good for everybody, I think.
I freaking hope so.
Well, is there anything else that you want to hit that you can think of? Because we went pretty well in depth on the Super Bowl, other than like looking at betting lines and shit like that.
Yeah, I didn't see. I can pull up the betting lines, or at least what they are.
Yeah, because we can see what Vegas has to say. I think you might even be able to find the poll where we see where America's money is at too. Because I think last year when I bet on, God, I don't even think I bet for the. No, yeah, I did bet for the Eagles. Like the money was firmly towards Philly. It was like 70% of the money in America was going towards Philadelphia.
Yeah. So as of this moment, it appears that the spread for the game is a 5-point edge for the Seahawks.
With the news that Drake May might be hurt, I was expecting the number to jump a little bit, but it's still under a full touchdown. So like, yeah, I would feel comfortable maybe going either way. Like if you think the Patriots are going to win, probably take that over. If you think that the Seahawks are going to win, take that under.
Mm-hmm. The over-under is 45.5 points.
So they have it being kind of a lower scoring game.
I mean, it's a medium scoring game.
It's about 20. 45. It's about 20 points per team.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad football game. They're not expecting a Patriots Rams from 2017.
I'll tell you what. That's the last two Super Bowls the Patriots were in. The one against the Eagles and the one against the Rams. I did not watch those games.
Oh, dude, you would have loved the one against the Eagles.
the one against the Eagles, I would have loved. After the fact, I would have loved that game.
That one against the Rams, it felt like watching the Broncos on Thursday Night Football. It was not
the Broncos Colts game. Oh my gosh!
Any Denver Broncos Thursday Night Football game, I feel like I could just not watch, and I'd get the exact same result as the year before.
That Broncos Colts game still haunts my dreams, and that's been at least 3 or 4 years ago.
Dude, I thought we finally had that shit wash off of us whenever I saw the Raiders Vikings, I think 2 years ago, or last year.
Yeah.
And then the Broncos do it again this year with the Raiders.
But there's always going to be at least one of those games.
Yeah, but why does it always have to be Denver?
I don't have the answer for that.
70 to 20.
Oh my gosh. I think that's where we're gonna end the show tonight. Maddie, I want to see you back on Wednesdays. Like I know you're trying.
I'm trying my goddamnedest, bro. One of these days I'll pop up on a Wednesday show. Yeah, once Sunday is done, hopefully we're getting some new people hired. I might be able to finagle my schedule, but who knows? Sundays at least.
Yeah.
So if you want to start maybe doing some content on Sundays when you get off work.
Maybe. What we will see. I need to find a guest for Tuesday's Greg Talks to People. Working on it.
I might be able to shoot someone a message. See. Okay. Have you talked to Jimmy Bebe before?
Have I talked to who?
Jimmy Bebe?
Don't think so.
Okay. I'll see if he'd be interested.
Okay. I'll let you know.
Okay.
But that is it for our Super Bowl preview on the Greg Cherry Show. It is almost 11 o'clock at night, and I still have a video to edit. So we're going to end it there. Maddie, it's always a pleasure to do a show with you.
I'm so happy I was able to be here today, brother.
I appreciate it. Thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. Tell people about this show.
We're on the road to 1 million subscribers, people.
Yeah. chugging along on our gym scooter. If you know, you know.
Are we talking like those little square ones that you sit on?
The little square ones that you sit on and try not to roll over your fingers. Yeah.
Dude. I have no idea how I never broke a finger.
Same. No idea. But until then, we are on the road, the very long and winding road towards 1 million subscribers. Only about 998,600 and some to go.
Hey, we're gonna get there.
Hopefully. Until Wednesday at 7 o'clock Eastern, tune in to watch the game show video. Tomorrow, tune in to watch the next episode of Greg Talks to People, and tune in next Wednesday live at 7 o'clock Eastern for the next Greg Cherry Show. Until then, have a good night. Don't be a jag, and we'll see you next time on the Greg Cherry Show.
Stay safe out there, y'all.
Go Seahawks.